I think it's an important perspective to understand that Christ probably wasn't a demon battler. He was a man seeking a world filled with compassion and all of those Christ principles. But as Christianity developed, people had to deal with notions of demons in order to deal with their perspective on their own God. And now we have this notion of trial by fire, though I think that wasn't Christ's idea. That was Christian's idea. Fucking sometimes. Christians, so many great principles, so much stuff to highlight, but such poor focus on those principles and behaviors, and sometimes letting oneself just be of that sin behavior. But yeah, it's really difficult to try to figure stuff out, especially when you take something as complete truth, yet at the same time, very difficult to decipher and fit into the world.
Your discussion has become increasingly speculative. I predict pointless opining.
And now we have all sorts of Christians, and it's sad. I don't think Jesus Christ would have treated a gay man any differently if that man sought Christ like every other man. And if that man had his problems, say he fought attraction, Christ would have dealt with him all the same. Christ would have treated him with genuine interaction, guided by his principles. He would have looked him in the eye and looked past that. That's the power of people, to help each other. The genuine interaction. People are good. If you feel some tension between you and another person, my best advice is that interaction guided by the principles of compassion, kindness, love, all of that. All of those resonances, knowing that if you let them see in you, even if there are people that don't think that all people are good, you will find that people are good.
I know you will present some content of a personal epitomic nature or a consistent worldview. I could claim retrocausal means. I expect that perspective to present inconsistencies with the spirit of your next voice.
Nice one.
My demons are so annoying. They take the resemblance of people I knew with character defects that I loved, attitudes that I would never espouse. And it bothers me, but the layers go deeper than the top of the table.
Phil, what do you think about bad people?
I appreciate you for your uncanny insight and for knowledge.
That commentary is not present.
In terms of bad people, you have to think about that genuine interaction. Bad people. What are bad people? What is the pugilistic reaction of a retarded girl to beat the people that are trying to take care of her when her understanding is so skewed? What is the reaction of the dyslexic living in a world of literates and the calculable? How much pain would that put on a person? What would they do to try to show you that they have a place too, that they have something to offer? They want a place in the world. I can only imagine how that would be manifest. I don't know how these problems will be solved, but I know they will get less and less. By less and less, I mean what we would call in math function bounded by some other monotonic decreasing function. It may oscillate up and down, and it may look like things are getting worse. But if you keep looking at the pattern, you'll see that things are converging to better. Don't be so naive as to think that I'm saying that it's like a straight shot. Trust what I'm saying, yet give me the truth that you see what I'm missing. And then I think that we can really get somewhere.
A bit about the world yearning for independent existence.
We live in a world with many of what I call independentialists. People who think that you need to develop a skill set to be able to make it on your own in the world. But there's no person like that. That's not how people are. And maybe for those people, the true strength is realizing that not just that you need other people, but that you can't really have that. You can try to have it. You can live like an animal, learn nothing from your fellow men and share no ideas, not share your ideas and have none come back better for the purpose you are trying to achieve. I talk to the most twisted of people. I would genuinely speak to a pedophile, to a murderer, to a child killer. from what I've seen, they can be pretty unwilling to accept any other perspective, but that's the movies. I am here to murder the babies. With that cold affect, you really think those people don't long for that way of love? I would talk to anybody and I'd give them that genuine time, and I think everybody should. But I'm not afraid to give you a dose of your own medicine. Just enough to show you that it makes people sick, and then I'll give the antidote as quickly as I can. Hopefully next time you'll use less of it, or none at all. A lot of questions I'm not answering, because my perspective is focused on being fair and doing the right thing and seeing the truth of reality and so on. But I'm willing to think about demons. I'm willing to read a little of demonology. I'm willing to embrace the Bible. I'm willing to embrace the Bible's critiques and find some balanced middle ground. Something closer to the way reality behaves, where we have the emergence of the reality that exists.
Retrocasual comment. I note your subject matter diverging into the dark mindscape of demonology. Hold on to your crucifixes.
I know demons aren't real. I mean, they are if you construct them. But I am fervent about the notion that if you decide to construct demons, you construct an identity. And all attempts to deal with those demons are going to involve responses and lines of inquiry that preserve that identity. And you will be much better served if you just try to deal with them as constructs and those problems as discord. You can feel the discord in your soul. You look in at the idea and you see some defensiveness, some anxiety, some tension, that discord. Look to resolve the discord. Discord can be brought into resonance. Discord doesn't have identity. It has one little thing that exists. Discord. You ask me, what is the discord? I could tell you that the answer is, the discord is, I don't know. I don't know is what the discord is. I'm a mathematician, so I would tell you that the discord is maybe better understood in terms of an unanswered question or inconsistency. For an algebraist, maybe a set of symbols, a relationship in need of some explanation in an expression, something that needs to be evaluated, brought into resonance with the accepted axioms. I could go on and on about how important math is and how we shouldn't live in a world where we have so much what they call math anxiety. I see it more as math blockage and jealousy of those who can harness its power. And science is power. But at the same time, we have those people who just do not have that capacity. We treat them with respect and know they have a place, because they do. And I really believe in that everybody needs to have that kind of fulfillment, some function they serve in the world.
Can you move on already, Phil?
On the dark side, people have fucked up affectations, and you have the opportunity to learn things the easy way. My sister and my brother-in-law, they had problems with some credit card debt apparently in the past. I don't know much about it. But I got to learn the easy way. I don't want a credit card, because I'm human just like they are. So you have the opportunity to learn things the easy way. And that sort of minimizes them, makes them the counterexample, but we're all the counterexample. And if somebody is the counterexample, then you have the opportunity to become the beacon of truth, the person who helps them, maybe a very, very long, just loving relationship to help them to find those answers that have become so entrenched in their soul, embedded in all the parts of who they are. And if you can't do that, just, by showing them how you do things, then just love them, because people are good and we love each other. I don't care who you are. Am I going to end everything with that little jokey, okay, I know I landed that one. And so here's the joke. Lessen the blow of my insight for the people that might hear this. Ay, Chihuahua. I don't know. I have my own problems, for real. And spend all this time trying to describe how we shouldn't turn up our noses, and yet at the same time batting myself off in a way that assumes that people might turn up their noses. Fucking demon. Period. And that will be in my epic poem, The Isleid. There's that joke to end. I love jokes. Jokes are great, right? They're so funny. Like, especially non sequiturs. Like, fuck, pigeon doe. And we make a type out of a person. Oh, I hate that. I feel we are in a state of a world transitioning in a shift from a place where we had to put people into categories. He is of that tribe, I am of this tribe. BS. So we judge people like that. He's one of them. Look at his gauges in his ear. I would think that. I would probably just sit on the plane. But I understand the perspective of people who would be afraid of a man wearing Islamic garments or whatever coming onto a plane. I mean, those people are crazy, but it doesn't always not make sense. If the man has a Nazi symbol on his sleeve, then yeah, I'm probably gonna hide. It's fair, but it's not. That stuff is so misplaced, so much. Karen, poor name Karen. Seriously? Seriously. That affects people. That affects women who are named Karen. It affects their lives. It's not nice. It's not good for them. For you, it's a joke. What, do I worry about those kinds of judgments? Do I not say my name's Karen? Sorry. Kids, it's a joke, but still, it's a bit of a racism. A prejudice. I prefer to use the word racism because of its impact on thinking. Prejudice is a little weaker. But if you think in terms of what racism looks like as a construct, then you'll see that, yeah, that's not nice. If it is okay for you to accept that some things are okay to say, it's okay to be joking about Karen, it's okay to call somebody psycho, and not to call them a retard, then what's wrong with me from going in the other direction? You know what? You're not fair. And so a little taste of your own medicine. I'm going to say psycho, retard, and nigger. And I said that last one harsh. Actually, I don't know. That hurt me a little. But I said it. And the point I was making was that just think about it. Think about it. I have reacted violently in the past. Not actually at other people, but at material objects in ways that would intimidate other people. And whenever I do that, I always try to make it a point to think of, when I walk away, my brain says, what about the bigger man, huh? What if he was bigger than you? How would you have behaved? And the first few times, that hurts. You're like, oh fuck, I'm not such a tough guy. Because guess what? I would have behaved differently. Accept making yourself think that idea if you behave that way, and it will help you.
That is all the pontification that I will allow at a single audio file. Please recollect ideas and adjust your arguments for 2 separate files or accept my restrictions.
I'll accept any restrictions from you.
You have no choice. End file.